With Doubtnut, get instant video solutions to all your maths, physics, chemistry, and biology doubts. Just click the image of the question, crop the question, and get instant video solution. Download Doubtnut app today.
Hello students, in this question it is given that a particle of mass 3m is projected from point A with the speed 3v naught as shown in figure. When the particle is at point P, it explodes in three identical particles. Choose the statement regarding the physical quantities before and just after collision. So first statement is the linear momentum of the system can be conserved just before and just after collision. So statement 1 is right because during explosion the forces acting on the particle or any system which explodes and explosion takes very small time. The forces involved in this explosion are internal forces and the magnitude of that forces are very much larger than the weight of the object or weight of the particle. Okay, so the weight is negligible as compared to the internal forces which are impulsive in nature because they act in a very short interval of time. So we can say the weight which is external force acting on the particle non-impulsive or the magnitude of weight force is negligible as compared to the internal forces acting on this particle during explosion. So we can say that net force is 0. So net force equal to 0. It can be written as F equal to ma center of mass, which is also equal to 0. So this leads to acceleration of center of mass equal to 0, which means the velocity of the center of mass is constant because a center of mass can be written as d v center of mass v center of mass divided by dt, which gives v center of mass equal to 0. That is, velocity of center of mass before explosion or after explosion is constant. Center of mass is constant before explosion and after explosion. So if velocity of center of mass is constant, that is linear momentum of the system is constant. Okay, P equal to constant. So momentum can be conserved just before collision and just after collision. Option number 1 is right answer. The second option is given as the center of the mass will trace the same path as it follow without explosion. So statement 2 is correct because net force acting on the particle is 0. So there is no change in the velocity of center of mass. So it will follow the same path just before explosion and just after explosion. Third statement is that the mechanical energy of the system remains conserved just before and just after explosion. Statement 3 is wrong because there is loss of some energy during explosions. Okay, loss of energy. It may be in term of heat. Okay, so total mechanical energy is conserved just before collision and just after collision or explosion is wrong statement because there is some loss of energy during explosion. And the last statement is given that the impulse given by the weight of the particle during the explosion is negligible as compared to that by the explosive forces. So statement 4 is also correct, as forces acting during explosion are internal forces but the magnitude of that forces are too much than the weight forces and that internal forces are called impulsive forces. So weight is a non-impulsive force because its magnitude is much lesser than these forces. Okay, so statement number 4 is also correct. Okay, thank you.
For class 6 to 12, IIT JEE and NEET level. Trusted by more than 5 crore students. Download Doubtnut app today.